giddy up on this truck and go back southbound. Might be able to see the water out in front. And we'll try not to get run over by this FedEx truck. We'll turn left here. And wait for the stoplight. And go up to the next one and turn right. And then go down there a little ways past the mini tent city. And we'll see what the southbound freeway looks like. Well, maybe we'll turn right. Ah, we got it. So this dickhead. There's our little tent city on the right. Whole bunch of silly traffic right here. Hey, mate, Al. How's your day going? It's a nice sunny day here in Seattle. Um, although we got a lot of smoke in the air. No, I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately. My Spanish vocabulary is limited to about 4 words, so I'm sorry. Yeah, but I took French in high school. That was 100 years ago, though, or almost 40 years ago, anyway. Um, so my Spanish speaking abilities are very limited. Guy having a fit with his scooter on the side of the road, apparently telling it off. People are so stupid. I really need to get my train horn hooked up. This guy's going to walk right out into traffic even though he doesn't have the goddamn light. And I'm going anyway. All right, we made the freeway. Now if I can get this idiot woman in front of me out of my way, we can go. Hey, Share Bear, come on in. The water's fine. Hey, Des, idiots are out in force today on the road. They are out in force today. And we got traffic on the way south. That's not supposed to happen. Admittedly, I'm a few minutes earlier than normal, but keep falling asleep in your chair. Yeah, I have that problem now and then too. All of a sudden, nap attacks come on when you at least expect them. Yep, she looks just as dumb as I thought she would. This woman right next to me on the right is the one that cut me off just a minute ago. You're probably still recovering from that drive. Yeah, no signal, no nothing. Didn't actually have enough room to do it. She just drove into the lane. I really got to get my train horn hooked up on this thing. That way, when I honk at little cars like that, I can just blow them a lane or two over. Yeah, that doesn't help. Hey, God, that still just blows me away. They spend all this money to do an ADA type shower and then just leave crappy furniture in the room. Usually they dress those rooms out pretty nicely so they can warrant the extra money that they have to charge for them, or that they want to charge for them. And the whole coffee maker thing just blows my mind. And even back in the day when Motel 6 had $19 rooms, they had a coffee maker. Admittedly, it was like glued to the counter, but hi, Lee, welcome in. Mm. Well, I apologize. I can't even. I'm driving, so I can't even begin to pronounce that. But welcome in. Is it Appian? Oppen? I apologize. I can't read it. Yeah, yeah. A company I worked for, we did a whole bunch of houses that were on the Muckleshoot Indian Reservation, and they were all being built for retired people that needed wheelchair showers. And yeah, those had no lips on them. They were just the floors were tilted towards the showers or towards the drain, but they could actually roll a wheelchair into them. One summer, we probably did the HVAC on 30 of their houses. Is that what it says, Des Andre? I couldn't read it at all, but thank you. Northbound, I can read the chat really well. Southbound, the sun's in my eyes too, and so it's kind of hard to read the chat. All right, phone call. Did I get you back? Am I back, Des? Okay, cool. My idiot apprentice calling to confirm what he knew. God, I get tired of that. Thank you. I didn't know if I was going to have to reboot it or not. Um, and actually, the last couple of phone calls, we haven't had that problem. I don't know why, but a month or so ago, we were having to reboot every time he called. But I don't think he'll be doing us for the next while. So doctor's appointment went very well. Foot actually looked like it healed quite a bit. The size of the hole went down quite a bit. Uh, Doctor was very happy with it. So that's actually exciting. This is the first time I've been excited about it in a long time. So I think we're actually making progress now. So hopefully we can keep that going. And currently we schedule appointments way out in advance because my doctor is only in the womb clinic on Tuesdays. And I only want to come up here in the morning. Otherwise, it takes quite a while to get back in afternoon traffic. Uh, so I have to schedule appointments way out in advance. Right now, I'm scheduled to the end of October, and we talked about it, and I may not need to schedule any more appointments at the rate it's going. Yeah, so that's very good news. I'm actually quite excited about it. Yeah, all of the undermining is gone. And yeah, it floored me when I saw the picture. They always take pictures of it, and I always have them take a picture of it for me as well because I can't really get a good look at it. It's right on the bottom of my foot, and I was really shocked. I mean, I was surprised when she told me the measurements, which I also keep track of. But when I actually saw the picture, I was shocked. So yeah, that's very good news. I wouldn't actually say yet, but it's not a trend coming back out the light at the end of the tunnel, but it could be. It might actually be a light, not just another train. Yeah, that's I'm still kind of in shock at how good it was. Um, anyway, we will plow on down the road. The first sighting of Mount Rainier was a bust because of the smoke. It really kind of working how bad the smoke is up here. We are pretty well protected in our little valley, and I don't get out of that very often. Um, so I didn't realize the smoke was this bad out here. And I don't even know where the fires are right now. I know we had a bunch of them up by Alberta, uh, and I know that was causing problems, which really doesn't make any sense because the jet stream goes west to east, and so and Alberta is northeast of us, so you would think that it would be blowing like towards Montana, rather than blowing back towards the west coast, but it is. Uh, we're going to close the 405 to 167 off ramp in the middle of the night. That's okay. It's not the middle of the night. Yeah. From our little, we're surrounded actually by four hills, and you actually have to go out and around one hill to come into our little valley. Uh, so it can be blowing 6 mile an hour winds just on the other side of the hill, and we get nothing. Although if it's blowing towards the south, in other words, the northern wind, then we get hammered because it comes right up the valley and in through our gap, and then we get nailed. But luckily, that doesn't happen too often. But the kids live over in Enumclaw, and they're on the other side. So I, I call over there and say, "How bad's the wind?" Because we're getting nothing, and they're sitting there without power and internet. Although my son was just talking about buying the Starlink thing, so that they don't have that problem anymore. I'll let you know how it works out for you. It actually isn't. Oh, that's why we got a convoy going. That's why the traffic's all messed up everywhere. Um, uh, yeah, it really. I mean, the equipment outlay for the Starlink is a little heavy, uh, but once you've got it, it's actually cheaper to have that than it is to pay for local cable. Because Starlink will give you everything cable does. You can tie into all the TV networks and everything too. All right, now we're in the carpool lane, control set, and we can just aim it. Yesterday, Stevie was asking what the little power chairs for me, but we may not need one. We may down the road, but we may not need one now. Apparently, she found one on Amazon for like 1,400 bucks. Oh, and earlier I just dropped a new Sydney spinning video. Yes, she's still doing it. It'll be 2 in December, and she's still chasing her tail. That was the first one she found was only good for 270 pounds. Which when I go up and I fluctuate between 255 and 270. So 270 was kind of pushing it. And then she found one that would go to 300 that was like 14.99, which really isn't bad at all. And it had like a 40-mile range. And the only heavy part is the batteries. The whole thing only weighs 40 pounds. Truck's supposed to go back in Thursday for the oil pressure gauge problem. Um, and it hasn't been a problem all day. It stayed on the whole trip, which is weird because it didn't. hasn't been doing. They had reset the gas cluster and questioned whether or not it was fixed because they couldn't get it to the error again. And I brought it home and drove it for a day or so, and it had begun to do its thing again, and has done it periodically since then. So it was scheduled to go back in Thursday, and it hasn't. Oil pressure hasn't dropped out on me all day. So it's like it knows, you know. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. I'll be good. Hey, Jake, thanks for stopping by, buddy. We're coming up fast on the beginning of October, and I'm going to go by Carbonito Brothers pumpkin patch up here in a minute. We'll see how that looks. Exactly. It cost me $1 to run the carpool lane. It's worth every penny. When they stick me is when I'm coming north of traffic. That's the cool part about it, though. You've got the sticker, and you can. Mine turns on and off. So if I do have somebody else in the car, I can turn it off. But otherwise, they put the amount up that they're going to charge you to use it as a solo occupant. So you can look at it and think, "Wow, is it worth that much?" And time is money. So in my case, it usually is. And sometimes it's as much as $15 to come north in traffic. But it's worth it to not have to get up an extra hour early. All right. Carbonito Brothers is on the right. Got low lying field and then the cornfield next to it. That low lying field is all pumpkins. And there's a lot of, yeah, there's a lot of orange out there. Yeah, it's smoke. Now I'm gonna have to when I get home. I'm gonna have to look up and figure out where the hell these fires are. Because to my knowledge, there's nothing. Maybe over in northeastern Washington, up by Ruby with rushing wind, but I don't think there's anything close by her. But that's the only area that really could have it. I talked to my cousin yesterday over in Clayella, which is just on the other side of the Cascades, but he didn't mention anything about it. So there's nothing over by her. Or I guess that was Sunday I talked to her, but same thing. Whoops, hiccups. Okay, thank you. He keeps calling with silly questions. I mean, I traded him for a year before I left indoor comfort, before he left indoor comfort system. And then he worked on his own in the Arizona area, working on chillers, which is the same kind of equipment. And he's still got to call me with silly questions. Just checking, just making sure. Well, yeah, but you know that. We've talked about it 100 times. Anyway, all right. Yes, that was a cop looking for an easy ticket, and they get them a lot right there. Mostly carpoolers that don't have a sticker that don't belong. There's a lot of people. If I wasn't broadcasting live when I'm driving up through traffic, just for sheets and giggles, I get my GPS fired up just so I know how long it's going to be in traffic, and then I'll post that there are cops along the way just to screw with people that don't belong in the carpool lane. Post speed traps where there aren't any, just to make them jump out of the carpool lane and panic. And that's how I get amused when I'm driving by myself. And you know it's happening because you see them jump out. When I see somebody else is supposed to, there's a cop up ahead, all of a sudden you'll see people slamming on their brakes who are in the carpool lane, slamming on their brakes and trying to get over fast. And it's just from a GPS warning because you couldn't see the cop from down there. And then by the time we get there, the cop's already gone. Or if he isn't gone, he's already got somebody. That's what makes it funny. If he already has somebody, he's a little too busy unless you pull a major screw up and walk away from an existing ticket. Unless they figure out you're wanted in 4 states for felony coloring outside the lines. Chinook Pass, I don't know why they don't have it. Chinook Pass gets closed every year because of snow. I don't know why they don't have the closed sign on it already because the bridge to get there is closed because of the damage that was caused by the truck that crashed into it. Yeah, a lot of them deserve huge tickets. I don't know if they actually get them, but we have problems with them here frequently. They're not supposed to be uh, in the left lane, but they're always in the left lane, even going up pretty steep grades. Some of them think they're driving Ferraris rather than an 80,000 pound truck. And to be honest, at least here, uh, I don't think, I think a trucker would have to really screw up to have a standard state patrol officer pull them over. We've got state patrollers that run in pickups that carry scales and stuff, and those are usually the ones that pull over nice. So with any luck, we'll be able to see Mount Rainier up at the top of the hill, but I don't know. But it really is scary how much snow has gone off of it. I mean, until about 4 or 5 years ago, there really wasn't a lot of snow loss throughout the summer, and I've never seen it as bad as it is this year. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if all the snow comes off it, then we run out of water. All the foothills lose their snow by the middle of summer, and I haven't been able to see the Olympics in several weeks going up to Seattle. We're actually between two mountains, the Cascades and the Olympics, and because of the smoke, I haven't been able to see the Olympics. Usually, you can see them when you're driving northbound to Seattle on the west side of the state. They kind of stick up as foothills. Yeah, you know, it's really ridiculous. I mean, Mount Rainier is what feeds the creek in our backyard too, uh, and obviously, if we run out of water, that's a salmon bearing creek. So the whole concept is scary, and I don't know why they're not talking about it more on the news and stuff. These are the times when I wish I still had my pilot's license so I could go up and take a look at it closer. Hi, Katie. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Mount Rainier is such a beautiful place. Um, Growing up, we camped up there every summer for most of the summer. Well, you can see the outline of it, and you can kind of see the. I mean, the snow is very reflective. Any place you guys can't see the glistening snow, it's not because it's in the shadows. It's because it's gone. As this van pulls away from us and we start to head over the top of the crest of the hill, you might be able to see it. But the snow that's glistening is the only snow that's up there. If it looks shadowed, it's not because it's in shadows, it's because the snow's gone and you're looking at dirt. It kind of looks like there's some kind of down towards the right, but that's all dirt too. That's just, it's reflecting because of the sun. But the snow's all at the top and down one glacial fissure down the left side. Yeah, it's not good. And I don't know if that's global warming doing that. I don't know if that's thermal. I mean, it's Mount Rainier's been very active for the last 6 or 8 months. Lots of tremors every day. Um, the thermal fissures are producing more heat and steam than they used to. There's a lot of talk about it could be. Yeah, the waterfalls up there are phenomenal. They've got some of them that are a couple hundred feet tall, and the fishing up there used to be amazing too. And they've now stopped all the fishing in the park. We used to go up there. Me and three buddies used to go up there. We'd go up with 5 cases of beer and fishing rods, and if we didn't catch anything, we just drank more. But we'd go up there for a week and eat fish and drink beer and have fun. All right, I got to stop at Safeway, so we'll probably shut it down as we head into the Safeway parking lot. Pharmacy should have texted me, but they didn't, so they're not ready for me yet. So I'll probably take the puppies out later or tomorrow to do that. So we got another block or two, or mile or two, something like that. Anyway, it's been another fun drive. Thank you for keeping me company. But like I've said 100 times, I'd be talking to myself if I wasn't talking to you guys. So thank you for being here. See y'all who turns into Fred Myers so I can. There we go. So I can zip on by and move over like kind of nice not having the truck going bang, 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 bang. I'm finally getting used to the noises again. I had completely forgotten how tight the rear end was. I forgot that it hums when you get the speed. If you're awake, you'll be there. Okay, honey. All right, guys. I love y'all. Thanks for being here. We'll definitely do it again next Tuesday, and who knows, we may see you on a pop up somewhere in between or on somebody else's live because I do like to hang out in those. So have a good day, and we'll catch you next time.